What's up guys, today we're making an insanely delicious pepperoni hot pocket with crispy crust on the outside and a juicy cheesy filling on the inside. Let's do it! Let's start by slicing the pepperoni. You can use pre-sliced pepperoni, but I think it's usually cut a bit too thin. I prefer thicker slices. Little life hack for the leftover end of the pepperoni. Just eat it. Next, let's make the sauce. Grab 5 or 6 tomatoes and score them like this. This is about authentic as pizza sauce gets. If I had an Italian grandma, I'm pretty sure this is exactly how it should make it. We need to peel the tomatoes, and the easiest way is to pour boiling water over them and let them sit for about a minute. But just try not to spill half the water all over the counter like I did. Take the tomatoes out of the water and gently peel off the skin with a knife. That's exactly why we scored them earlier. It makes peeling much easier. Oh, and don't forget to cut out those little green buds. Transfer the peeled tomato to a deep bowl, and please use a deeper bowl than I did. Crush them really well with a potato masher until you get a chunky tomato sauce. You could use an immersion blender, but I like leaving a few small tomato pieces. They give the sauce a much better texture. As you can see, I picked a bowl that was way too shallow and made a complete mess. Our tomatoes are ready. This is the texture you're looking for. Next we'll need a half a medium onion. Peel it and dice it as finely as you can. The easiest way is to make the vertical cuts first, then the horizontal ones. See? That's how you get perfect little cubes. The onion is done. Next we'll need 3 cloves of garlic. To make peeling easier, give them a good punch. Your fist works perfectly. Now mince the garlic. To make it easier, crush it with the side of your knife first. Of course, you can use a grater or a garlic press if you prefer. I just use a knife because I hate doing extra dishes. The vegetables are ready. Now place a saucepan over low heat, add a little olive oil and let it warm up. Add the garlic and onion to the hot oil. Cook them until the onion turns soft and translucent. We only want the flavor, so don't let them brown. Once they look like this, they're ready. Time to add the tomatoes. Pour in the tomatoes and give everything a good stir. Season sauce with salt and pepper to taste. Then add 1 teaspoon of oregano and 1 teaspoon of basil and give it a good stir. Let the sauce simmer over low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes or until it thickens. And of course don't forget to stir it every one and then. At this point my kitchen smelled absolutely incredible. It honestly felt like walking through the streets of Italy, surrounded by little pizza places. Let's give the sauce a taste. Wow, that is amazing. And this is the texture you're looking for. Now set the sauce aside and let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. This gives the oregano and basil time to soften and release even more flavor. Next, spread a generous layer of the sauce over your puff pastry. Next, add a generous layer of pepperoni. Don't be shy. There's no such thing as too much pepperoni. Trust me. But I think we're forgetting one important ingredient. Of course, the cheese. I'm using fresh mozzarella, the kind that comes packed in brine. It's the freshest one I could find, and I definitely recommend using it. Now place 6 slices of mozzarella on top of the pepperoni. Mamma mia, I think I'm starting to sound Italian. Next, beat 1 egg and brush it all around the edges of the bottom sheet of puff pastry. Now cover everything with the second sheet of puff pastry and shape your hot pockets by hand. Trim off the excess dough with a knife. If you had a fluted pastry cutter like mine, even better. It gives the hot pockets those nice crimped edges. Cut away any excess dough and seal the edges of the hot pockets. A regular fork works perfectly for this. Now brush the tops with the beaten egg. That's how you get a beautiful golden crust. And yeah, I may have gone a little overboard with the sauce. It's leaking out of the sides. But honestly, that just means it'll taste even better. Make a few small cuts on top with a knife. This lets the steam escape while they bake. And one final touch before baking, sprinkle the hot pockets with some dried parsley. I baked mine in air fryer at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, but if you're using an oven, bake them around at 200 degrees Celsius until they're golden brown. And there we go, our hot pockets are ready. Which means it's time to see what they look like on the inside. Just be careful, they're ridiculously hot. Moment of truth. Oh yeah, that looks absolutely incredible. Tons of filling, rich tomato sauce, pepperoni and perfectly melted cheese. This looks absolutely insane. And now my favorite part of video, the taste test. Oh yeah, this is absolutely heavenly. Turning a classic pepperoni pizza into a hot pocket was such a good idea. The crispy pastry, the molten filling, the pepperoni, the cheese. This is absolutely unreal. Trust me, you have to make this. Capisce?